Wacha, great dog. He's a hound mix. And so I worked with Wacha time and again over the years. In fact, I was just, every time I was in New York, which is like every 2-3 months, I would work his dog. Wacha, he had a little bit of issues here and there. Nothing crazy, but so whenever Andy had his baby, Andy had a talk with me, and he says, "Listen, I'm really concerned about the baby." I said, "Okay, let me go over there, and I'm going to test Wacha." So I tested Wacha. I didn't see any serious red flags, but the one thing I didn't like was, Wacha was. He was good 99% of the time. It was that 1% of the time that I was concerned about. So me and Andy had a long talk, and Andy did not. I mean, I repeat, he did not want to give his dog away. That was my decision.
What kind of breed was it?
It was a hound mix, probably like a foxhound beagle. So everybody who thinks Andy did no. This was my decision as the expert. I said, listen, Andy, you've got a baby, at play here. If I get bit, it's not a big deal. If you get bit, look, we're grown men. But when a baby gets bit, it's horrific.
Yeah, like what are some of the issues people who have babies and they might have a dog and a baby's going to come into their world? Like what are a couple issues that people have to look out for, like that concerns you with Andy and the baby? Like,
the first thing I always test is what's called prey drive, and this is if the dog is actually looking for prey drive. Is a natural instinct of the wolf. Wolves, they live off prey drive. So in other words, wolves they're predators. And that's
also what I look for in a guy, like a high prey
drive.
Hello.
Oh, yeah. You like predators, huh?
I do. I like it. A guy with a nice, axe on his hip.
All right, I'll just scoot over here. Anyway, prey drive is usually the main thing I look for, because prey drive is when a dog actually looks at a small object and they look at it as prey, and that's typically when they go after something, and that's when you hear these horrific stories. Now, just to be fair, Wacha did not have prey drive. What Wacha he's spooked easy, and so if Wacha could be sleeping.
I mean, don't we all spook easy?
Yeah, but again, if a lot of dogs will spook, but they won't. Even if they bite a little bit, that bite could actually cause some damage.
Right.
And so it was. Look, bottom line is, it was my decision. Andy, like I said, he's one of the best dog parents I've ever met in my life, because he put so much time, so much energy in that dog. And I was the one who said in the end, listen, we've got to find a new home for him. But the good news is we found him a phenomenal home. He's actually living in I believe it's like several acres.
He's living in a 9-bedroom mansion
He's doing just fine. And I believe Andy still sees him here and there. So
that's great. That's a good move.
Well,
it's a smart move.
I always say, listen, it's about the animal's happiness. So if you have a dog and you do have to give it up, I always say, listen, the dog is going to be fine. Dogs acclimate. Dogs always acclimate.
People don't want to know that. People don't want to know that, Muffy will be fine without them. It's like, I don't want Carlin to be fine without me.
You know what? Believe me, I've seen the new home Wacha's in. He is just fine.
He's
like
living it.
Yeah. Andy did, like I said, he did the right thing, and that's it. So.